Welcome to our lab on deploy and configure DHCP service. We're going to get started by installing the DHCP service. Right now we're on PLAB DM01. We're on Server Manager. Let's click on Add Roles and Features. Let's next through this. This is going to be a role-based feature installation. Next through this. This is our server that we're doing the installation on, PLAB DM01, practicelabs.com. Next through this, and let's select DHCP server. It's going to add some features in order to work with, namely remote server administration tools and remote administration tools. We'll go ahead and add those features as well. Just a quick description of the DHCP server. Dynamic host configuration protocol DHCP server enables you to centrally configure, manage, and provide temporary IP addresses and related information to client computers. Let's next. Next. Go ahead and install. Our installation is complete. We'll go ahead and close out of this. DHCP server is now installed. We have an exclamation mark here with a notification, so there's a few steps the OS needs to do to complete the DHCP configuration. So the following steps will be performed to complete the configuration of DHCP server on the target computer, creating the following security groups for delegation of DHCP server administration, that is, DHCP administrators and DHCP users. Authorize DHCP server on the target computer. If it's domain join, let's go ahead and click next. Now, since I'm already signed in as an administrator on this authorization page, I could just go ahead and click commit and close. Our next task is to configure our DHCP server. So we're back on Server Manager. We'll go to Tools and DHCP. Let's open up the DHCP snap-in. We're going to go to the menu here and we're going to open up PLAB DM01 IPv4. We're going to right mouse click on IPv4 and select New Scope, and the scope wizard comes up. We're going to call our scope PLAB simply, and then the description will be PLAB scope. Let's go ahead and click next. Our scope address will be 192.168.0.10. The end of our scope will be 192.168.0.50. Go ahead and click next. We're not adding any exclusions. Next. We're going to leave the lease duration to 8 days, the default. Next. We'll skip the DHCP options configurations and finish. Notice in the left pane, we now have a scope for 192.168.0.0 PLAB. So our scope has been created. Now, what the red arrow indicates is that the scope has not been activated, in which case if we want to activate it, we right mouse click and select activate. Our scope is now activated. The red arrow went. Let's configure a secondary network interface. So we're going to go down to the network icon, right mouse click, and open network and sharing centers. Let's click on Ethernet 2, go into the details. Let's copy the physical address location. We'll go ahead and close out of this. Right now we're going to create a DHCP reservation. Let's navigate down to reservations inside of our scope. Right mouse click, select new reservation, and we'll go ahead and fill in these details. We're going to put in the physical address that we wrote down earlier. And on the description, we will call it simply PLABDM01 reserved IP. And we'll go ahead and click add. And then close. Note that inside of our reservations area, we have a reservation with a .45 IP address for PLABDM01. Let's configure DHCP scope options. So we're inside of the snap-in. We're going to navigate down to scope options, right mouse click on it, select configure scope options. Inside of this list, there's quite a few to choose from. Some interesting ones would be number 3 for router, 5 for name servers, 6 for DNS servers, 12 for host name, 15 for DNS domain name. But for our lab, we're just going to go ahead and select number 6. I'll put a check mark on it. Let's enter our server. Let's resolve it. Go ahead and click add. It's verifying the DNS. It's been added. Let's go ahead and click OK. And inside of the scope options, you see that we have an entry for 006 DNS server. Next, we're going to configure the DHCP relay agent. Let's go to add roles and features. Next, next. We're still working on PLABDC01. Next. Let's go down to remote access. Let's check out the description for remote access. It provides seamless connectivity through direct access, VPN, and web application proxy. Direct access provides an always on and always managed experience. RAS provides traditional VPN services, including site-to-site, branch office, or cloud-based connectivity. Web application proxy enables the publishing of selected HTTP and HTTPS based applications from your corporate network to the client devices outside of the corporate network. Routing provides traditional routing capabilities, including NAT and other connectivity options. RAS and routing can be deployed in a single tenant or multi-tenant mode. Let's go ahead and click next. We'll keep the defaults on. We'll keep the defaults here. Go ahead and click next. Next. On select role services, we're going to select direct access and VPN RAS. So the description here is direct access gives users the experience of being seamlessly connected to their corporate network anytime they have internet access. With direct access, mobile computers can be managed anytime the computer has internet connectivity, ensuring mobile users stay up to date with security and system health policies. VPN uses the connectivity of the internet plus a combination of tunneling and data encryption technologies to connect remote clients and remote offices. Next. Let's go back to the description for web server. Web server provides support for HTML websites and optional support for ASP.NET, ASP, and web server extensions. You can use the web server to host an internal or external website or to provide an environment for developers to create web-based applications. Let's go ahead and click Next and install. Let's go ahead and close out of this. For this exercise, we're going to configure routing and remote access. We're in Server Manager. We'll hit Tools, go down to Routing and Remote Access. Let's right mouse click PLAB DC01. We're going to select Configure and Enable Routing and Remote Access. Let's go ahead and click Next. Select Custom Configuration, click Next. Select LAN Routing, click Next, and finish. Let's go ahead and start the service. Let's expand IPv4. Right mouse click on General and select New Routing Protocol. DHCP Relay Agent is selected. We'll go ahead and click OK. And it now shows. Let's right mouse click on DHCP Relay Agent and select New Interface. Click OK for Ethernet. We're going to accept these defaults and click OK. Let's go back to DHCP Relay Agent, right mouse click on it and select Properties. And we're going to enter our server IP address. Let's click Add and OK. That's it. Our DHCP Relay Agent is set up. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe.